Finding a carnivore dinosaur egg feels less like science and more like a warning. At this point, rewatching Jurassic Park is just a basic disaster prep. Finding a carnivore dinosaur egg feels less like science and more like a warning. At this point, rewatching Jurassic Park is just a basic disaster prep. Yes, yeah. Saw this during the week. Crazy. That, they found, I guess, a fossilized egg that I didn't they compare it to something that was almost like hard boiled, like it was
Hmm.
like extremely well preserved.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a carnivore and sketchy. And obviously Jurassic Park is immediately where all of our brains go. And then if you watch the most recent Jurassic Park, which we talked about last week,
Uh,
crossbreeding is evidently a direction that it could go eventually. So
uh,
but yeah, a part of it in my eyes is extremely fascinating. And like
yeah.
I like you, we love conspiracies on this
Hmm.
show. um but also like the imaginary like real possibilities of like bringing dinosaurs back is
Hmm.
just insane. Like it would be freaking sick to go see like a daddy long neck dinosaur
Oh
because
yeah.
those are more peaceful or whatever. Or even like seeing a T-Rex from like a mile away would be kind of sick, but like also kind of scary because it's alive in there. But I don't know. I think that aspect is just fascinating and kind of keeps like a pleasant level of anxiety for me. I don't know why. I just think that they're really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, for them to find this, it's like, dude, like the possibility seems super real because they're already, we talked about it, God, maybe almost a year ago now, where,
Hmm.
we talked about like them bringing back, the dire wolf.
Hmm.
It's literally happening. And then that same company's talking about bringing back the mammoth, the woolly
The
mammoth,
the woolly mammoth.
and
Yeah.
the saber-tooth tiger, I believe. Like they're talking about a whole bunch of, different possibilities with that. So it's like if we're already
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
and then we're finding like well-preserved dinosaur eggs of
Yeah.
a previous carnivore, like dude, it's nuts. And quite frankly,
Hmm.
I kind of low-key hope it's a T-Rex because I feel like survival with those are like slightly better. The ones that freak me out arguably more are raptors. Raptors are freaking fast and then
Yeah.
ferocious. And then can't they see better? Like T-Rexes can't see, but they can hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if a raptor who's fast has elite vision, just hard pass. I think
Yeah.
I'm good. T-Rex, I feel like I can like manage a way to hide from it. Keep
Yeah.
quiet, not open a bag of chips like they do in the movies, something stupid, have my cell phone, on. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. Where science has gone is absolutely insane.
Hmm.
We're going to continue to find stuff like this more and more. It just depends on what hands it gets into, is going to be a big factor. And I don't know, maybe one day, obviously back once upon a time, it was the race who could make it to the moon first, be the first who can bring back dinosaurs now. I don't know.
Yeah. It could be. When you sent it to me, I was like, "Oh man, this is crazy." And it's just like it's getting more real and real because I think I'm in the same boat as you were. It's like I have anxiety, I have fear about it, but at the same time I also want to see it. I want to experience
Mhm.
it, you know. What is it? What Jurassic World the first one was like a theme park where they actually make the theme park. There's dinosaurs, you tour it. Something like that would be just so cool to experience because I think we're dinosaur fans. There's a lot of people that love dinosaurs and really are big fan of them. But like I say, but then it's sort of that other side of we've seen what happens in these movies of when it goes wrong and how badly it goes. And it's sort of like if it goes wrong, what are we gonna do? Because like you say, T-Rex is yeah, maybe a little bit more manageable, still very scary because like I say, any type of movement they'll follow you and one step for them is probably, half a mile where we're pretty much done. Um, But yeah, velociraptors,
Hmm.
those things are so quick. It's like I'm just gonna give up. It's like might as well just call it, pop a beer, drink it, and then just be taken out. Um, but but what these scientists are doing, like I say, it's crazy. The genetics, the dire wolves, everything they've done already, they could do a lot with this. So I'm curious to see what's gonna come from it. I think it's still probably a few years away till we see anything, but them being able to find a preserved dinosaur egg, fully preserved, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. It just makes me think of like how that's even possible. Like
Yeah.
perfect temperature, I'm sure, like elements, like
Hmm.
there's so many factors that would have to go into it. I've one more point I have, and then I
Hmm.
have a follow-up question for you.
Hmm.
Um, maybe two follow-up questions, we'll see. But as far as like the dinosaurs, like say we were ever able to bring them back, I think the concept of putting them on an island is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it could just a deserted island, south of Hawaii, somewhere like a good climate,
Uh,
but nothing flying and nothing in the water.
yeah.
And I'm totally down because once it's in the water, adios, see you later. Like it's outer space.
Yeah.
Like we're never gonna find that. And if we do, it's gonna like just devour a city. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So that, and then nothing flying because
Yeah.
like we we love the islands of Hawaii. We want to be able
Mhm.
to fly there in peace. So
Yeah.
yeah, hard pass on that. Just land animals only. Can't go too
Hmm.
far. And that's about it. I'm totally fine with that. And then just don't dock any ships. That way they can come back into Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Um, and then I have two follow-up questions. One is, this being a carnivore, I kind of brought up one that I would prefer. What dinosaur would you prefer out of carnivores if you were to
Um,
choose?
that's a good question. I think it'd be the T-Rex just because I'm a fan of the T-Rex.
Yep.
But the one you hate, I enjoy Velociraptors. Just, but
Yep.
but like I say, it would need to be somewhere enclosed that I know they can't get out. But like I said, that's just like always the big what if. If they get out, we're sort of screwed.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I always think back to like, was it Jurassic Park 1, I believe, or 2, where they're in the lab and then it's like looking up and down the aisles is super freaky, like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
just
They're smart.
nah. Very smart. Yeah.
Uh,
And they're super fast, ferocious. It's like a
hmm.
smaller T-Rex, but better. I don't know.
Yeah,
T-Rex just seem kind of slow. Like you can work your way out of that one.
yeah. No, yeah,
Scary, but you can work your way out a bit. Um,
yeah.
and then my second question is, as far as things like this, would you prefer dinosaurs to come back or would you rather aliens?
That's a tough one because
Mhm.
alien. It like I said, it would depend what kind of aliens, but we've never had an alien that we're aware of. I think there's been multiple aliens that have landed on Earth and they've either been taken by the government and they're hiding in Area 51 or some mountain somewhere that nobody knows about. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think just because of their higher intelligence and what they could probably do, I think it would be dinosaurs because
Mm-hmm.
if you give an alien too much, they're going to create something from whatever dungeon we put them in, and not
Mm-hmm.
cryo freeze them, and they could just take over the world, destroy the world, call their alien families from a different galaxy, and we would be screwed. Where dinosaurs, they can't call any other dinosaurs from anywhere. It's like you mentioned, you put them on an island, they're all stuck on an island. There's no other dinosaurs anywhere on the world that we're aware of, so we'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah. Although aliens, super cool. Love the thought of them, knowing that they're out there for sure. Um, but yeah, I think just leaving it at that, like something that kind of like scratches the deep depths
Yeah.
of your brain, something cool to think about but never see.
Yeah.
and just like kind of like envision scenarios. But yeah, dinosaurs are more of like a control. Like obviously we haven't been alive same time as dinosaurs. Some people think that
Mhm.
it's a complete conspiracy that they even existed.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's we'd be able to know a little bit more of what to expect
Mhm.
and then almost have them as pets and then just not be negligent or bring Snickers bars into the gate and have
Yeah.
it fry up the gate machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Good
that.
reference.
Just be smart about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you have to be smart about it. And I think the other thing that sort of comes to my head with aliens is a lot of the technology, everything we've created, how much of it comes from alien minds, alien type tech from 1,000 years ago, that we finally mastered. What if these aliens always put like a little, back door to all the technology created in the world and they get the chance, they're gonna, turn it on us. So it's like the intelligence that they have and the access that they could have, it's just a lot more scarier. Even though it'd be cool to interact with them if they could live with us, but I just don't think it would go well for us.
Yeah, completely agree. And speaking of which, because we're absolutely generational yappers here, I just read an article today that this kind of cues me
Uh-huh.
that I don't know if you saw this. They found a pyramid in Antarctica.
I saw that. I forget when I saw that
Like,
post.
yeah, absolutely insane. Like they're saying it's natural. Okay. You know, and then, like we hear all we can about Antarctica and how we think that there's like evidently ice walls there, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
Like you name it. There's a ton of conspiracy theories about it. But like just to know that there's a pyramid that is like perfectly formed from the
Hmm.
photos, and then you compare that to, pyramids in Egypt, for example, that supposedly maybe ancient aliens
Hmm.
assisted with. And
Yeah.
yeah, it makes you think like, is it something that is all intertwined and connected? Um, yeah, and
Hmm.
another theory with all of that is like, are we just a rewind of history? Like, did we
Yeah.
once get to a point where we were super advanced? Something happened like crazy, wiped it all out. Now here we are again, kind of
Yeah.
inching our way back, trying to figure out the past. I don't know.
It could
Dig
be.
what you want into it, but yeah, just kind of cued my brain with that the pyramid
Yeah.
thing, talking about aliens. But yeah, see, love this stuff, science,
It
history,
it's crazy,
perfect.
because yeah, I saw that and I'm like, that's crazy. First it's ice walls, then everything that beyond the ice wall, supposedly we don't know. Reminds me of like Game of Thrones, when you get to the wall, everything north of it is like all the zombies, everything. You don't even go there. It's like what's over there? And then it reminds
Yeah.
me of another movie. I don't know if you ever saw it, The Tomorrow War on Amazon with Chris Pratt.
Yes, that's the one like where you fast forward, right?
Well, yeah, they go
Into a
into the
war.
future to sort of fight a war before it gets to,
Yeah,
yeah,
really
it's sort
cool
of what,
film.
yeah, cool film, but I think, it sort of reminds me of that pyramid now is sort of, there's global warming from a lot of evidence. It seems like it's getting a little reversed, but still, there's a concern about global warming. And it's like, what
Oh yeah.
if there's aliens just frozen in that pyramid? And with global warming, eventually it's gonna thaw out. And then once these aliens get out, it's sort of like game over for us. So it takes me
Yeah.
to that type of place. I hope it's not that, but hey, let's see in 100 years where we're at.
If we set up a base somewhere, like I know we have bases, but like if we start like looking through some caves over there, ah, maybe we found something. I don't
Oh, yeah,
know.
who
Something
knows?
might be going on.
Something might be going on. So, but yeah, but that, yeah, I wanted to share. I thought that was a cool take, just sort of talking about it. We came up. You brought it up at first this week. Um,
No, it's a great one. Love it.